welcome back to Witchtionery. If you have yet to subscribe to this channel, then please do so because we are getting crafty and spooky all month long. And today I wanted to bring to you guys something a little bit different. I wanted to bring you guys the Simple Story Happy Haunting Bits and Pieces ephemera pack, as well as the Witch's Brew matte stack paper pack. Now, I fell in love with this paper pack when I first saw it, but the reason why it's a little bit different is because, I was so tired of making some ink blended backgrounds and coloring in some stuff that I just decided to pour myself a glass of wine and eat a big bowl of pasta and just take my sweet time putting these elements together that came in this ephemera pack. For my first card, I really just fell in love with this paper off the bat. Like, it honestly inspired me to make another card later on that you guys will see on this channel, I promise. And I wasn't sure which side I wanted to play with more. I didn't know if I wanted that beautiful flower side or if I wanted this lunar side. I felt like this lunar side would make the edges of the ephemera look less visible, but I ultimately ended up going with the floral background because I just felt like that would go perfectly with this royal purple Simon Says Stamp card base. I ended up going really simple for this card because I was so in love with that pattern paper that all I did was raise up Trick or Treat using some foam tape and just adhered the cauldron down to the bottom, and that literally wrapped up this first card. That easy. For my second card, I wanted to experiment a little bit more to see how many elements can I actually put together instead of just, putting on a sentiment onto a piece of, pattern paper. I wanted to just play a little bit more. So that's kind of what I did. I started off with these really simple ghosties and I wanted to deck them out. I wanted to give them candy so it looks like they are trick-or-treating, very similar to my Little Boo agenda cards, but with ephemera. I really enjoyed doing this. And this is one of the things I enjoy about ephemera and paper. You can just play around with your scenes for quite a while and decide on what you want. It's so stress-free. Although as I'm saying that, I can just sense my people who absolutely cannot part with pattern paper. I was one of them. So I understand the anxiety and the struggle, but I promise you'll get there once you get tired of hoarding so much, like a little dragon. I promise. From my stash, I pulled out the Bootiful Night sticker pack from American Crafts, and at first I adhered this Boo sticker, but I changed it to another sticker, and that finished off this card. For my next card, I started getting my creative juices flowing. It kind of takes me a little bit of time to turn my brain on into creativity, especially when I come home from work. So typically my first couple of cards are kind of weird while I shift gears and get that oil flowing. So by this time I started getting those gears rolling and I was like, oh my god, what if I layer this flower on top of this ephemera flower pack, and what if I layer this on top of that and maybe make this a little bit bigger? Oh my god, this would be so pretty. And my brain just kept turning that way, so I started kind of trying to lay out what a card might look like, and sure enough, an idea started being formed. So I just went with it and decided to just pull out a piece of pattern paper from the matte stack Witch's Brew paper pack, just to kind of adhere all of this down so I can get a really good idea of what I wanted to do. And honestly, this paper pack is so beautiful that you could have used any one of those backgrounds to make these happen and they would have looked really good. I adhere that tree and a gravestone to the bottom or to the middle part of my card and play around with that pumpkin because I wasn't sure if that was the size of the pumpkin that I wanted to use, or if I even wanted to use a jack-o'-lantern there, or if I wanted anything at all there. Ultimately I ended up going with this bat and then another sentiment from the Bootiful Night sticker pack. I'm telling you guys, I just keep that thing on my desk, and when I see a sticker I like, I just add it on to here. For this card, I raised up the sentiment that says magic, and then I adhered it down to a nice royal purple card base, and that finished off this card, and it's so pretty. I love it so much. For my next two cards, actually, I had already kind of figured out how I wanted to lay out these cards. By this point, you can tell that my creative brain had fully kicked in and I was fully immersed. Whether or not that was truly my creative brain or just the liquid courage flowing through my veins at that point, there is no way to really tell, but we're gonna go with creativity. Anyway, I kind of make this awesome flower thing at the bottom of this polka dotted black and white card panel, and on the other side I just put one of those spooky houses along with two pumpkins. I really wanted to fill out the bottom of my card a little bit more, and I still had a few of those flowers, so I did what I did when I made the sunflower cards, and that's kind of cut one of these flowers in half and then put the second half as part of the border on the bottom or around the pumpkin to give the illusion that I had more ephemera than I actually had. And that's a really nice trick. I love to do that. From the paper pack, from the sticker pack, I took those cute little ghosties, which I felt just belonged right now in this card, and the sentiment Hocus Pocus, and I had to rearrange these ghosts just a little bit because my spatial intelligence, y'all, it is not up there. But anyway, once I adhered that down, that basically wrapped up these cards. Once I adhered them down to card bases and got a sentiment on the other card. So now that we're here, I realized we still had so much ephemera left, and I am not someone who likes to waste ephemera. I just love it so much with a nice paper pack that I just started adhering a bunch of these pieces down to the insides of my cards, and I tried to stick to the theme. Like my Trick or Treat Cauldron card had the potions inside of it, but I had no idea I was off frame this entire time, so I'm just kind of giving you an idea of what to do with the extra ephemera. I think that decorating the insides of your cards when you're just using paper and ephemera is a good idea because it gives the card itself that feeling of extra specialness, so I highly recommend it. But that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. I know I'm behind on my videos. I promised you guys content and I'm trying to keep up with it. But don't worry, I got you. I'm still chugging along. And anyway, I hope to see you guys next time for my next video. I am so sorry to keep you guys, but take care and I'll see you next time. Bye.